Hi, welcome to Jamie's Product Reviews. Today's video food and toy product reviewer. Yes, another review from Masters of the Universe Origins line. It's another figure I never had as a kid, but I have it now. It's Faker, the evil robot of Skeletor. Yeah, it's basically a robotic He-Man wannabe. Except if you look at it, you can tell it's not He-Man because he's got blue skin instead of the normal peach skin that He-Man has. Plus his hair is red, and plus he's wearing Skeletor's his armor, except his version of Skeletor's armor is orange instead of purple. He's got purple. He's got a purple loincloth and boots, like gauntlets. So yeah. With Faker, you can pretty much, I guess the point of his character is so he can be in the hiding, and maybe since he would presumably have the voice that sounds the same as the real He-Man's, he could fake out his enemies, or maybe he can just simply be a simple henchman for Skeletor and not really try to fake anybody out. As far as I know, the character has He-Man's strengths. He's a tough evil warrior for the heroic warriors to beat. And he's a very worthy ally of Skeletor and the evil warriors. Let's not waste any time. Let's unbox the Faker and let's give it a real review. Here he is, unpackaged. Here's Faker. It comes with this little sheet here that I let you know which parts are removable and which parts are not. As far as it comes with this comic book called Sucker Punch, and it features characters from this wave, and one of them being Fisto, which I reviewed a while back, and also the other two figures that came out in this wave are an alternate version of Evil Lynn, a purplish version, which I believe she looks more like she does in the 2000X series, and also the LOP version of Merman, which is what a lot of people prefer, the look people prefer over the standard vintage look. And who knows, maybe I'll be getting those alternate versions of Merman and Evil Lynn down the road. But anyway, let's talk about Faker. One thing you'll notice here is that with his head, you'll notice the hair is the hairstyle that he had for the vintage look that people seem to prefer over the version that was introduced in the Origins version of He-Man. Although, the only version, as far as I know, the only way you can have the vintage version of He-Man's head is with the Battle Armor version of He-Man, because you can swap that head not just with the Battle Armor version of He-Man, but also with the regular version of He-Man, which did not come with the vintage style hair. But yeah, the hair, it's He-Man's vintage hairstyle, and I think it would have been great if they would have included an alternate head that had the Origins and hairstyle, but oh well. Maybe they'll introduce that somewhere down the road, har har. And of course the orange Skeletor armor is removable, and if you notice, if you look carefully, if you remove this armor, it's like I wasn't going to remove this armor, but it looks like it's kind of removing itself. But yeah, here. Okay, you know what? I don't usually do this, but I've never removed armor from a figure on camera before. But I make an exception in this case because this is what another thing Faker is known for, is having this robotic graphic on his chest. On the vintage version, I believe I think the vintage version had a sticker that you applied to his chest, and the classics version had one that was already molded on there. And I believe this is like the classics version, and it's already on there, so it's not removable. But yeah, that's kind of what makes Faker tick. So yeah, now the Faker is back in one piece. Let's talk about articulation. You know, the head moves left, right, up, down. Arms move out, up, down. Bends at the elbows, swivels at the elbows, swivels at the wrist. And like most Origins figures, the right hand is open for holding weapons, and the left hand is the right hand is cupped for holding weapons. Excuse me, and the left hand is open. And he twists at the waist, and this keeps coming apart. I wish it would quit doing that. And of course, legs, even as stiff as some of them might be, move out and bends at the knees, turns at the boot cut, and move back and forth and pivots. Now let's talk about this one accessory, the fake power sword, if you will. It's orange, just like his Skeletor styled armor. The big difference between this and the swords that came with the He-Man and Skeletor figures, as you know, the swords that came with He-Man and Skeletor, those are half swords, you know, to keep faithful to the old comic style, or, you know, putting their swords together and they have access to Castle Grayskull. You know, last sword is one, but they opted not to do that with other figures with variations of the power sword, like with Prince Adam, you know, which came with a Sky Sled. His purplish power sword was a whole sword as well, and Faker's sword is a whole as well. So he just put it in his hand. It might be a little harder since the sword's a little bigger, but anyway, here he is. Yeah. I have the power, even as fake as it is. He may be a fake version of He-Man, but his intentions of evil and his loyalty toward evil, most notably the evil Skeletor, are as real as can be. Oh, and in case if you were wondering, you can't really, I don't know if you can really store his sword back here, because it's a whole sword. I don't know if it would fit back here. I'm not going to try it right now, because I want to keep that fastened. But anyway, there he is. There's Faker. Yeah, the He-Man wannabe evil warrior. So that's my review, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.